bring up your own interest. It is always like that. Anything, anything that you will do, no matter how expensive it is, you don't care about it. I said this many times that Tinubu sponsored uh, people in 2019 election in Rivers State for Rivers, for APC to lose almost, in fact, everything from the governorship to the three senators to the House of Rep to the House of everything, just because he doesn't want Amechi to be a strong person from that region to contest against him. The same pattern he did in Imo, you know, to cripple Rochas and other thing. And the same thing happened in Ogun State, to bring Abiodun, just to cripple this former governor, this one that used to wear that long cap. I don't know why they used to forget his name, sir. Ibukule Amusu. So, and it appear also in Osun State, you know, for the interest of the party, because of your personal interest, at the end of the day, the APC lost the governorship candidate because of the influence and other things. DJ.
We talk. We are listening. We can hear you.
I
Continue.
think something is wrong with Malam's this thing. So guys,
I don't know off
there are
network.
some new listeners. I need to first of all sort of bring you up to speed. I need to bring you up to speed, guys. Welcome to the space. Um
Can you,
okay,
am
go
I
on.
audible?
Yeah, go on.
So you see, that's what happened. And recently, we know what happened with Ambody. People can and insinuate a lot of things and other things. But at the end of the day, he
But
was removed.
Malam Mohammed, I'm not sure. You remember that time that Tinubu was saying that, in fact, it even became a viral video where Tinubu was mocking Buhari, that he lost once, he lost second time, he lost third time, that he was even crying on TV. That if not for him, the Jagaban, the Lion of Bodilon, Buhari would not have amounted to anything in Nigerian politics. How was this particular video? How was it received from the Buhari faction at the time? Do you know?
Ah, for me, I believe, in the heat of elections, there is nothing you cannot see. So for me, I did not take it as anything. I believe he's just trying to permutate his own way, and probably to show that this is what he wanted. And I think, sometimes if you talk, it depends on where, how you said it. If to say he came to the north and say Buhari was this as such, he was crying, I'm the one that helped him, you the north, you must vote for me. So definitely the way people will react to that, it will be different if you went to Abeokuta and be telling his party members that this is this is that. And after all, you can see in Abeokuta they have a very strong candidate on the vice president. I believe he is talking to vice president then, even if people may disagree with me, but I mean the attacks is not directly to Mr. President then. I believe so, because at that time we are hearing that the governor Abiodun was backing the vice president, Yemi Osibanjo. So, and the vice president is a ticket of the president, is they are together. So indirectly, he is saying that your boss, that was even the president, that without me, he cannot be, talk less of you being the vice president. And he even narrated how he nominated the vice president. Is there I heard that the name of Cardoso and Wale Edu were together with that Yemi Osibanjo were sent to the president, and president choose one of them. So to me, I did not take it and I just pick it as a normal political. When you are in the heat of politics, you assume everybody is your supporter, and at the same time, you assume everybody don't like you. So whatever you think you will do to see how you can average some vote to your own side. So that's my own. So for me, I did not take it as anything. I did not take it as anything. But like I said, the interest of the party sometimes is paramount, and to some extent, the Tinubu at times sacrifice the interest of the party for his own interests. You can see for him to win, he sacrificed the whole vote of Rivers State to 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 Wike. You'll be thinking as if APC does not have anything in Rivers State just because he wanted to win Rivers State. You know, So
Yeah.
this is the kind of thing that sometimes I don't like it.
Mm.
But sometimes they will say it's acceptable in politics as long as But is it at the end of the day? Is it in the interest of the party? You know, because what are the people in the party now be thinking that we are not relevant or what after suffering? Particularly in that Rivers, there was a time that APC people were being killed on daily basis just because they are APC. So, and at the end of the day, you now give the mastermind of all those crimes
Yeah.
the benefit or the joy of being part of the democracy to him. So I think it was not being fair. It's not fair to our party members, particularly in that Rivers. And this is what he has been demonstrating. He doesn't care whoever or whatever he does, as long as at the end of the day it will favor him. So, and I think this exactly what is happening in Lagos State with Sanwo-Olu. You can remember when they remove the speaker. I know definitely they brought that speaker on the instruction of the Mr. President. Nobody can ever ask the governor to reinstate him back apart from the president. So, and the role Mudashiru Obasa play in the emergence of the Mr. President. All of those governors and everything, they virtually almost lost everything, lost the state. But Obasa did what he did. In fact, his own region, his own constituency, and other places, they make sure that they deliver Mr. President. So you can see he because of what Obasa did to him, and whatever, whether right, whether wrong, Obasa did, as long as he has delivered him. So even if the governor is right in removing him and other things, he is wrong because he did not deliver the state for him. So, and that's it. And if you see other people that Tinubu are prosecuting, or they are being chased with EFCC and other things, you can see majority of them has a better, they perceive to have a role in making his election being difficult for him to win. E.g. Emefiele, they believe he brought the idea of what is it called, this money, new naira note, which he think was targeted at him. The EFCC former chairman, they also allege him to be the masterminder of that idea, to reduce money laundering and vote buying during the election, you know. But no, because he believed the thing affected him, see how he dealt with them, and he jettison the idea of the main intention of the policy, you know. So I'm dealing with them. There are people who stood more than those people. But look at what is happening. Look at the current issue of Tom Polo. We heard he too he was abusing naira and all that thing. And look at what the EFCC chairman was saying, whether it's AI generated, whether it's all. You see, those was the kind thing. And we know Tom Polo, even in Kaduna here, we see the posters of president with Tom Polo. I said, oh, you, the EFCC chairman, I don't think you really like to have your job if you really want to to arrest this man. I always tell people about what Fashola said. He said when he was doing his is it interview screening at the Senate, he said, I think they asked him about being a governor and his relationship with the president. He said, and what he said it was that pray your loyalty may never be tested, because if your loyalty was tested, it is very easy for you to fail. Very easy. So just pray that one day that your loyalty should not be tested. And I think that is what's happening in Lagos. You know, the loyalty of some people are being tested and they are failing. And Tinubu is not somebody that will take it lightly. He will deal with you. So I think that's just my own, but I don't know what other thing you can say about what I've mentioned. Deji, can you hear me? I can't hear anyone. Oh.
Can you hear me? I can hear
Did
you.
you don't go sleep?
No, we better get network issue.
Teji, where are you?
All the speakers they hear, we hear each other, right?
Loud and clear. Deji's offline. I think Deji's. As far as issue is making Deji. Um, it's making
We
Deji
like
go
say,
in a
did you
trance.
get network problem?
No problem. No problem.
I will forget that. You know, say that speech, sef. Tinubu did that speech in Yoruba. So any person that is interested, if you don't know, if you don't speak Yoruba, you have to go and translate. So it will be very difficult for people that are not concerned or involved to understand. I don't know if I'm making sense, man. Because you spoke Yoruba all through.
I beg, I've not spoken. Can
Okay.
I go?
Hold on, guys. So, okay. Thank you, Madam. I'm not sure when you finished, but I had to quickly do something. So, for those who are just joining, I'm wondering what is going on. And some people came up to this space to say, "Oh, you people, you like creating scenarios in your head. You like jubilating over stuff." We are not jubilating here. We are even sad. This page, we are currently sad at the maltreatment and the way the high-handedness the president has used to treat the core of the richest state in the country. You know, some people are saying that yeah, he has it coming, that he deserves it. You know, that this guy has betrayed Tinubu time and time again. And I chronicled some of the events or the things that they said he has done. So let me just recap for those who are just joining. These are the many sins of Sanwo-Olu. Now, it's up to you to believe or not. Even there are some of these events that is still speculation, is rumor. But, we'll bring it out here. So number one, they started with the NSAS. Don't forget, the NSAS happened just right after Sanwo-Olu became governor. So it wasn't like it was still fresh. It was still like in like almost 1 year into his first tenure. And during these NSAS, according to these guys, because these guys that give me this information, they are close to the structure. And according to them, Sanwo-Olu feigned neutrality. Sanwo-Olu was not trying to take sides. He was being two-faced, according to them. And don't forget the crux of, at least at some point, it later became some Tinubu sort of, you know, protest in a way. People felt, you know, people attributed the whole toll gate, maybe money collection to him. People attributed the hotel that is close to that toll gate. I keep forgetting the name, right? They attribute it to him. Oriental,
Oriental.
Oyekbe, thank you. So they attribute it to him. Even his TVC station got burnt. I was actually very scared that day when I saw that video. He got burnt down. So that answer seemed like a direct target at Tinubu, and they are angry. Some supporters of Tinubu are angry that Sanwo-Olu did not nip it in the bud. In fact, they said that Sanwo-Olu still went ahead to create a panel that would eventually still indict the government. Like, who does that? You Excuse me. So they went further to say that during the election time, you know, Sanwo-Olu, despite messing up, you know, and betraying, quote and unquote, Tinubu at the time, would not put as much vigor, as much strength into campaigning for Tinubu. In fact, they said that while Tinubu was going out into across Nigeria, trying to consolidate votes for himself, right? Expecting that Lagos was a done deal. Sanwo-Olu was lackluster. Sanwo-Olu was, you know, he didn't really care, according to these guys. He didn't really care whether Baba came as president or not. They said that when Baba lost the election, that was when he now started running up and down, going to churches, going to places, going everywhere, attending podcasts, doing everything that needed to be done to make sure he was elected as governor. And I'm sure we all saw it happen that time. So they attributed to the fact that Sanwo-Olu really, really, did not really care about whether Tinubu became president or not. But he was more interested in him serving a second term. And it happened, it happened. Kudos to him. He came he came for a second term. Now, whilst in this second term, a lot has also happened. According to some feelers, again, these are all speculation. There was a meeting with the GAC in sometime in February, and Tinubu had more or less reported Sanwo-Olu to These guys, like, this is what this guy has been up to, and he has to be punished. But this article said some of the GAG members reported back to Sanwo-Olu, and then Sanwo-Olu began to arch his comeback, political comeback, or political survivor. This was an existential crisis for him, and he needed to make sure he's ahead of the game. And guess what they did? According to this article, Sanwo-Olu then began to hatch a plan to remove the speaker. Why? Why would he want to remove the speaker? I mean, obviously, if Tinubu were to move against Sanwo-Olu, it would be either to impeach him, right? Or I don't know what else. Most likely to impeach him. I don't know, right? And okay, to be able to survive this thing, I'm going to put someone who I trust, who is loyal to, or at least, even if he's loyal to Tinubu, at least he's committed to this administration. Therefore, they found a perfect time when Obasa was outside of the country. Again, rumors has it that the guy was even enjoying a very lovely spa session. When he got the news, he had to jump up. No! Anyway, that was just a joke. So, Sanwo-Olu then hatched the plan according to this article. By the way, guys, this is not my words. This is from someone who claims to be close to the seat of power. They hatched the plan and they got Obasa removed. And that's why I was surprised when some of my friends came to this space to say that, the removal was not like the members did not really like, there was literally press conference that was held by the members of the Lagos State House of Assembly saying that this guy was corrupt, was this, was that. Like, they called all the allegations they leveled against him. Right? So now, this guy has come back from where he went and said, this is an illegality. It will not stand. We are going to fight it. We are going to do this, do that, do this, do that, do that. And guess what? He actually came back. He actually came back. And that also culminated to Sanwo-Olu's falling out. You've orchestrated a fight. In fact, some people said Asiwaju had attributed what happened in the Lagos State Assembly as a coup. Not just against Obasa, but against he himself. Right? And this sort of disloyalty must not go unpunished. There's also a rumor out there, I don't know how true it is, it's simply speculation, that this recent local government election or local government primaries that just happened, as the governor of Lagos State, as powerful as he is, as the overseer of the wealthiest, richest state in the country, Sanwo-Olu did not get one slot like this. I'm sure you believe that that is ridiculous. How is that even possible? That cannot be true. But according to this guy, it's actually the fact. And I'm going to read that particular paragraph for you. He said, let me just read. He said, for those who are saying nothing is brewing in Lagos, ask them if they really know what is happening. If the governor was totally not sidelined in the last local government primary election, as minor as councillor position is, Sanwo-Olu was not given any slots to fill. So I don't know, guys. There seems to be more to this problem than meets the eyes. And we can see it now. It's playing out. Somebody said, I've forgotten who was saying it. Maybe it was Mr. Strider. Oh, there's time for everything. As a leader, there's time to speak, there's time to act. I guess Tinubu is now acting, because we are seeing it play out right in front of our eyes. In a congregation that had all the people that matter. Guys, I've just gone again to watch that particular inauguration or commission. Sanwo-Olu was not there when they were flagging this particular project off. Sanwo-Olu spoke as the host governor. He spoke, but guess what? After him, then Dakwabinjo spoke. Then like that. But this last one they did, Sanwo-Olu did not speak. After there was one after Akin Alabi, right? After Akin Alabi, one woman like that spoke. After that woman, next person was Abiodun. Where was Sanwo-Olu? What was so important, that he will be missing in such a very monumental and historic event? There is trouble in paradise. The Lagos State School of Politics is at it again. We are about to learn and how not to outshine the master. Edmund Isaac, please go on.
Powerful, DG, powerful. And trust me, I'm going to keep you on that tempo. You see, all these facts you've mentioned have another side. And it's always unfortunate that there's always nobody on Twitter to really tell you guys the truth. Let's talk about NSAS. There is no excuse in leadership. What you are meant to do as a leader is to protect lives and property. Deji, I was watching TVC that day. How those girls were attacked during your view. I was watching it live and the TV went off. Guy, that place was burnt down. Oriental, it remains small. May they attack Oriental, it remains small. Come on. Even if it is not Tinubu that owns it, there are people that will call him and ask him questions that Kilode. See, in a Senate climb that we always shout, Sanwo-Olu not get a second term. And you know this, there was total breakdown of law. I was in Lagos. It was upside down. He messed up. And you are not telling me they should not be angry. But they still stood with him. The white paper, the panel, they stood with him. They compensated people. ShopRite was turned upside down. Like, this is a country, this is Lagos, where everybody comes to do dirty December. Come on now. Even if we hate Tinubu, that we always like to blame, any leader would be angry. It is not even only Tinubu that was angry with him. And that is why people call Tinubu a leader, because he takes the blame for everybody. Lagos politics is not something you hide. It is plain to the open. Anybody that comes here and tells you that there are some things I will not say, it's cho. Obasa in Lagos, it is a normal thing. Everybody forgot in 23-20. I was in Lagos, I voted for Asiwaju. Everybody forgot. Asiwaju was in Abuja. Mommy, the person, all of you on this place, nobody always talks about her, and that is the greatest politician in Nigeria. Take it to the bank. Oluremi Tinubu, she's the greatest politician. Numbers don't lie. Did you go and check the numbers? Who votes more, male or female? She was in Borno, she was in the northeast. Sheyi was in Abuja. Everybody was not around. Even Sanwo-Olu, that some of you are saying, I can't even imagine the fallacy. How someone would think that he was supporting Atiku. Someone that was in Abuja, he was following Tinubu everywhere. Is it not someone that came on this place and was telling you that he was telling Tinubu what to say? Everybody forgot Lagos. Everybody thought home was good. And what happened? Only Obasa, his own was the highest. Even Etiosa, they lost everything. They did not still blame this boy. They did not still blame him. You now want to go and remove that Obasa. Let me tell you something. For those who know Lagos politics, Tinubu is a rewarder of those that diligently vote. If you do, they will give you.
Egwa Isaac, before you go on, right? this paragraph says that we heard a lot about how party agents were deliberately deprived of funds and how election went in many polling stations without APC agents. Asiwaju was losing in Lagos and the governor did not bat an eyelid. Right? In fact, it got to the point that he was saying that Labour Party supporters were mocking APC guys. That how can Jagaban be losing in Lagos State of all places? But see what he then said here. He said, now think about it. Despite all this move to at least absolve Sanwo-Olu or blame him for the loss of Tinubu in Lagos, he then asked a question. Did we not see Tinubu sit up during his own re-election? You know, he went out all on his way to make sure that he wins that election for himself, right? So I don't know. You know, is the point here is that I guess the problem Egban Isaac that you just said is that even despite that you messed up, you now still went ahead to now go and start attacking someone who delivered.
Yes, that's the point. You don't attack. See, let me tell you something. In Ojo, when after election, when Tinubu is sitting, Ojo majority, that's what they call them before. Because they used to get vote. If you walk, you will chop. It's not they don't, and they don't joke with them. All these shouts where they shout online, say, oh, we are hungry. See, the more you shout you are hungry, they are the ones they are giving the food. There is a structure. Who knew Sanwo-Olu? Who knew Sanwo-Olu now? Let's be sincere. It was when they shouted his name, they knew him. See, let me tell you something. And these structures is not that Asiwaju is a wicked person. It's because he makes these structures work. Please, you people should go and listen to his colloquium. Just go and listen to his colloquium. He has been doing it for 12 years. See what happened one year. There was a problem in Kaduna. I think there was an attack in Kaduna. Because of that attack, he suspended the colloquium. Sometimes these things are not money, it's influence. Party told me that you think he's running under him. He was there when they were doing business school. See, if you want to even go to entertainment every year, see, why did they remove some Ambode? Not because of anything. Ambode was doing well, but what happened was that he wanted to change that waste management thing in Lagos. What was the waste management plan? Party men were giving loan to get the machines and they were the ones doing it. Now you wanted to bring an entire different structure. What will happen to those party men who have collected loans to be doing the waste money and they were doing it? Even if they are not doing it well, why can't you upgrade those men? You wanted to bring Visionscape out of, come on, do you know the kind of job insecurity you cause for those men? And Lagos started smelling because those guys left it for 3 days. See, it was a lesson to us in Lagos then to understand that, see, when you say government is not working,
Most of those guys are
see, if you
working.
don't know Lagos, shut up. It is eye open in the eye there. I don't know why you people come with violence. You don't know the place. Maybe you don't even follow the politics. My guy, he lost councillor votes. He lost it. He has never met Asiwaju before, but he believes in Asiwaju. He has never, but he lost. He has been rustling for the team for almost 20 years, just councillor. But he has never met Asiwaju, but he believes. What happened? The chairman he knew died. Many of you heard when one chairman died. And he still goes, he supports the party, he still believes one day they will remember him. And if they don't remember him, they will just look at his business and say, okay, this is what you are doing. How can we help you? If there's any opposition, something in local government, but you two, you'll be involved. Nobody say you go come on Twitter, they make noise, they don't say I'm supporting Asiwaju, I love Asiwaju. There are people on ground that are working, they love him even without seeing him. The same way they love Peter Obi even without seeing him. They are not crazy. He has impacted their lives one way or the other. This like impact. Do you think that the entertainment sector in Lagos, do you think it just grew that Asiwaju was going? Go and check what's happening in LTV8. Just go and check. All these Fuji, all those guys that you see K1 today, those ones have been traveling before they gave birth to Wizkid. And Asiwaju has been with them. All these Ashake that is blowing your mind now, those ones have been doing it, and as Pasuma, they've been doing it, Kollington, Salawa, they've been doing it, and Ashiwaju has been with them. Go and check. So his influence, the reason why he did it to Wike, that you can not see APC, the people in APC in Rivers State, what have they done? Wike has structure. Those 12 bridges he was building, there are some people that will be hailing and they are happy. They've never seen him before. Look, we should start understanding that this politics thing is what has made Lagos be where it is today. I told you, Deji, in one space, my mom went for consultation with one doctor. He worked with Lagos State. This guy was using 2 hours to advertise Ashiwaju because of what he did in the health sector. It's not cho. So sometimes I know we hate him. This generation, I don't know why we hate him, but sometimes you see workings and you know that these workings, all these Olamide, Ashake that you are seeing today, they have a way that this Sheyi Tinubu has been influencing them low-key. See, influence you cannot buy it. Like it's just there. His aura. Ashiwaju is not a name. His doings. So all this cho, let's start looking for leaders that are helping people.
Yeah, but the problem here is that, okay, maybe I should ask it this way. Now that it is now clear that this guy messed up, do you think it's actually still necessary to embarrass him like that in public?
Deji, what's the recent mess up? They are building a road, and I think you said I don't know much of the story. They are building a new road, and they are saying that is already, as the state governor is already sharing the land. Am I right? Is that what's happening? I want to
That's
know.
what that's what the president said in the speech, that they should not give any land. If not, they will revoke it if they don't collaborate with the government and all of that. And he was directing it at the deputy governor that was, and the funniest thing, when they showed the deputy governor, right in front of him was the governor's seat, empty, empty. So, Isaac, I even heard rumors that he was actually there, but they sidelined him. I don't think that's possible. But it's just crazy that you know a governor, a sitting governor, first for on the first hand, they were welcoming you, you snubbed him, right? Very intentionally, by the way. And that's why when who was talking about Osinbajo, when he snubbed Osinbajo and he came back to greet him, that maybe he missed him. No, it was deliberate. The difference was that at that time somebody pulled him back, that you missed this person, right? And it would have been more glaring that, okay, you know he's actually angry, that's why he deliberately missed him. So that's why I'm saying that, looking at his antecedents, his track, well, the history, of how he has, denigrated and spoken against some of even his loyalists. Look at, what's his name? I mean, some people might argue that Governor Dakpabiono at the time was supporting Osinbajo, right? And that's why he had to come hard on Dakpabiono as well, because it was very, very embarrassing. Like, how can you be talking to a governor like that? This one, without you, you will not be anything. Without this one, without me, we know where we brought you from. In front of the governor's own, um, I don't want to use, like let's just say, like people working with him, colleagues or whatever, right? It's embarrassing, Egbo Isaac. It's embarrassing.
Deji, I know you have an open
It
mind.
is in front
And
of
let me
the
just tell you
governor's
this,
people.
please. Please, I didn't interrupt
In front of the
anybody. Let me
governor's
just
people,
tell
man.
you this, Deji. I know you have an open mind. Politics is war. It's as if you guys have never been into politics before. Like, you just go to a new terrain, you say you fund this guy, you say you stand for this guy. When you are not from that terrain, see, if I sell that influence for you, even on that, see, if I sell that influence for you, when I need it the most, if I ask it from you, see, the question you ask yourself is that who else can say those things that Ashiwaju said? That's the question you ask. That who else has the balls? Who has the balls in Nigerian politics to open his mouth and say it? What he said, who has the balls to say it? Even the one where Chike, this guy, what's his name now? Amechi just tried it. If you don't know what Amechi was trying to do, exactly what Ashiwaju did. Amechi tried it with Wike. What has happened to him? Even Rufai self collects stray bullets. Man, see, these things are open. I don't know how you guys read these things, but these things are just open. Like, it's not any secret. It's a conversation. Is what happens when they want us to know. They drop these snippets for us. No, you ask yourself, who has the balls to tell Buhari that he lost first time, he lost second time, he lost third time? Who has the balls to say it? It's because he did it. Do you know what it is to put your neck out and say that you want to sponsor someone for an election? You did it the first time for Ribadu, you did it the second time for Atiku, now you did it for Buhari, and it was so uncertain at Deji, it was only people, it was with faith people were using their mouth to say that Shiwaju will win APC election. All these people that you say I win, he win it. It was only people who knew, like the 1%. He almost lost the APC primaries, man. See, for someone who has given so much, how will you come and tell a Lagos boy that he should vote for Buhari in 2015? How do you want to tell him? It took the influence of people. How do you want to tell someone that Buhari that is a dictator? See, if I tell you what I knew about Buhari, you will laugh. One man, we were doing masters together. One of my colleagues were doing masters. He was working in. The guy was telling me that when he was in when he was in university, that they used to give them free food. That you see ketchup, salt, sugar, like it would be in the dining, like free food in Port Harcourt. That it was when Buhari became president that they stopped that stuff. When Buhari became a military leader, that they stopped that. That's why he hates Buhari. See, anybody that was selling Buhari in 2015 was an in case in Bao, waiting they call him, is a jagaban. You ask yourself, all these things he was saying, all these things he was doing, who can do it? It's because he has stuck out his neck for all these things, and that is when you can even he did it for his son. Now why are you doing this when his son was coming to the meeting, fake meeting? Maybe he told his son to leave. Ordinary Trump that sponsored or you see Trump that sponsored the ordinary Trump, seeing him is already crying. Come on, let's give this guy a slack. Let's just give this guy a slack. Thank you very much.
Yes, there's giving him his slack and giving him his props for all these great things he has done. But there's also the way he treats his subjects or his proteges. You know, like my Isaac, I'm getting the impression that to be in the fold, to be in that, you know, to be close to power, you must be ready to chop sand. You must be ready to take all the insults that is being rained on you by this man. And the way I'm getting it. Because I've consistently brought up this embarrassing and denigrating way he spoke towards the governor of Ogun State and the governor of Lagos State. But you've sidestepped it and instead focus on how great of a man Tinubu is. Right? And I'm not arguing, that's not the essence of this debate. We are not arguing that, right? He has paid his dues. Let's not kid ourselves. You know, we're just talking about this fact that it seemed to be, and guys, it may not necessarily be a bad thing, for one to be so reassuring, to be so self-confident, to be so sure of himself, to put himself in that place that I am him, I am the law. Right? Maybe it's not entirely bad. Obviously you paid your dues to get to that position for people to actually commit their own political career into your hands. It's not small. But then again, there has to be dignity. There has to be some level of, you know, um, respect that should be accorded these people. Because even he himself has said it multiple times. Without these people, without a follower, there is no leader. So a leader must be able to, at least, at the very least, you know, um, show grace and be respectful to his proteges and not embarrass them so publicly like that. And do you know the funniest thing, Egben, is that, or maybe I should ask you, what do you think is the fate of Sanwo-Olu in all of this? What do you think, you know, um, how do you think all of this will be resolved? Do you think it will be resolved, or Sanwo-Olu is a gunner?
Now, spectating, I'm just spectating now, looking at the coastal rail line road that they've been doing. If we are to be fair, right, the highest criticism, the highest investment has come from this man. Let's not lie. He's the one taking the criticism the most. And if perhaps I'm sure Lagos State would have been doing maybe supporting the project too. I'm not sure, but I think if Lagos State's hands too are there, there can still be some negotiations. It's not the end of the world. Like they can still come to the table and agree. And see, let me tell you something. When people say he's not treating his proteges right, how has he treated Renault Mokri? How has he treated Boala? How has he treated this guy that ran for PDP? Is where you decide to look at. Is if you decide to see that, oh, he has not been treating, he has been treating. See, he needs more people now. And see, he's taking anybody. He's taking anybody. If you show that you have capacity, there was a boy, I think they said there's a young guy. That boy, go and check what he's doing now. That the young boy from even Obi Kuba, or not Obi Kubana, he's taking Obi Kubana. He's taking anybody. He's open now. As in, see, you've never had it this good in Nigeria. See, even me where they yeah, the reason of I go do one or two things. Maybe they sell in car for UK for here. You think that a joke? He's having it good. People are loving him. And that's the kind of leader you want. Someone that even when things are hard, you know, things that he go they push you, say, don't worry, don't worry. And I mean, you cannot blame some Nigerians. You cannot so maybe some people have been accused that they are collecting 200k. I mean, 200k or nothing. Some of you come on this video and they are not giving you anything. You speak, you've been saying the same thing for 2 years. They are not giving you anything. But someone is just coming on Twitter to trigger you people and they are giving him 200k. I mean, if so, everybody is just doing their own guy. And I don't see anything different from any other person. So just give him his flowers. He's loving everybody now. See, I didn't know the last president's son. The only thing I knew about him, like I always tell you, the only thing I knew about him was that he had an 100 million bike and he had an accident with the 100 million bike. This one is going there to share food. You people are angry. So let's pick a struggle. Let's pick a struggle. If we hate him, I understand. But this guy, the reason why some people love him is the influence. See, Nigeria has made some leaders suffer. Wole Soyinka, they've built the National Theatre and made his name after it. See, go and look at the National Theatre in Lagos now. Just go and look at it. So some people will love it, and some people who have not seen it, who just see him from afar, who are online, will hate him. But what I see now is that he's even fighting those who are online. Many people are now speaking, and that's why you see that some people's engine are going over this thing, and the room was hot. I get your picture, but see, some people just love him like that. The same way you enter some places, some people love Peter Obi, maybe what he did in one Catholic school, what he did in this. It's about influence. And if your influence is much, see, you can't hide it. You can't hide it. You can't just hide it. I don't know. I don't know.
But it was how many? What was his percentage in the last election? When you say influence,
Okay,
it
so
was a narrow escape.
sorry, Egben Isaac. Once again, you've said a lot of things, but not answer my question. Question was simple. What do you think could happen to Sanwo-Olu? So you went again to focus on the president. I've told you, I'm not arguing his influence with you. But anyway, it's all good. In Nigeria, you wanted to say something?
I know when he was talking about influence. When is the first guy even saying this? Right? Even living in London. Look, this talk about the influence. The last election, he won with We got 47%. What kind of percentage that is very, very outrageous? Normally, people win with 50%, 60%. You get me? So I just wanted to cut in there when you said influence with what? The last look, all this is just strategy. See me, Tinubu was the underdog under PDP. Let's be frank, and as a student of politics, Tinubu was the right person to follow as a young Nigerian. So then that was when the influence started. But you see, by this influence, what have you used it to better the people? That is the cocoa.
Oh, in New Nigeria, you are dragging me back. You are dragging me back. I don't care.
I don't want to drag you back. It's just that
In
influence
New
that was just
Nigeria,
wow.
please let's rest on this. A win is a win.
No,
I
let me
would
let
take
me
a
rest here.
10% win as far as I'm in Aso Rock. Who cares? Who cares? You know, who cares whether the margin of win? I want to be the winner. I want to be in Aso Rock. Anyway, guys, interesting. So, I'm going to end the space shortly, but something is clear.
Before you end, there's one question I want to ask you. Do you know how many commissioners Sanwo-Olu brought into his government? I don't think there is any. I'm telling you, go and ask those your people. None. That guy has not. He has no say. I'm telling you. Even what I knew was this guy. What's his name? The environmental commissioner. You get me? Those you understand me? All the people that bring all these people, all these Obas here, Uniru, sorry, them yes now, them Legushi, own Sanwo-Olu, ask your source or ask this guy. Commissioners, let's ask that question. Quick, before you close, please.
Who he brought doesn't matter. It is right now.
You can't be a governor and you don't
Right
have
now,
influence on your commissioner.
right
No, it
now,
makes no
we are
sense.
hearing that even in the last election, or sorry, in this last primary election for councillors, local governments, whatever, he did not get one slot. Again, I find that very outrageous. I find that very, like, almost impossible to comprehend that the sitting governor will not have one candidate like this that was pushed, that he was, that he got slot for. Well, anyway, guys, it is clear, even just by this space, or speaking to few people on this space, that if someone destiny is to be removed as the governor of Lagos State, it's sad, that there's really nothing, little to nothing he can do about it. This article has pointed to the fact that he tried his best. He took his destiny in his hand. He manned up to try to circumvent these punitive measures that was coming against him, by conniving with certain people to get the speaker out. But that plan has backfired. And now we are going to wait and see. Because, guys, this was how they were talking about, what's it called? Obasaden. So sure, about all the things that would happen. It's clear that a lot of us don't really know what's going to happen. And we were telling them, are you sure? Are you sure? Say, trust me, I don't feel like for you. But it happened. It happened that, yeah, I'm sorry. The guy left, was removed, and came back. And he was not remorseful with whatever he had done in the past. In fact, he doubled down, you know. So at this point, guys, you start to wonder what options are open for someone. Sanwo-Olu. In fact, somebody said on the space yesterday that governors were trying to go and beg Tinubu on behalf of Sanwo-Olu, but so Tinubu is dodging them again. These are all speculations. We don't know. But one thing is clear. If Sanwo-Olu has been blacklisted, we are going to see it play time. Excuse me, we are going to see it play out in real time. I mean, we are already seeing it. Again, words and actions speak but louder than words. And what action did we see? We saw continuous attack, on the person.
So Deji, is it because Baba Kabiru helped Sanwo-Olu to win his re-election, and Baba Kabiru has issue with Tinubu now, or is it a plan to remove him and install the deputy governor so that the deputy governor can easily win his re-election? Or what do you think is, because it is very obvious Sanwo-Olu is going. From my own observation, it's just a matter of time. Maybe towards 2026 ending, definitely Sanwo-Olu is going from what is going on now. So, and
And that's why I say,
if I'm if,
what does it really stand to lose? You're in your second
if it
term.
if
You're in
it's
your
my me
second
now,
term.
if I'm
Yeah.
Sanwo-Olu now, if I'm a Sanwo-Olu ba, if I'm Sanwo-Olu, the local government election, they have not done it yet. Since the APC is in control and they are the one that nominated all the candidates they have. Me too, I have several other parties. He can nominate his own too, because whether he support the APC, whether he not support them, at the end of the day, they will do what they want. So it's better to fight to the end. If you win, fine. If you lose, fine. It will not change anything. But afraid to fight, it will not lead you to anywhere. Just like Ambode now. He refused to fight him. Adibin Ambode contested last election with PDP or Labour Party. I don't think someone would have been the governor, continue to be the governor. So for me, if I should advise Sanwo-Olu, sponsor other candidates in other parties, or 1205, or local government, or the local government that you think are very viable. Make sure, because you are still the governor, the state electoral whatever, they are still within your purview. So you can do and undo on that, you know. So, but I don't think he has the balls to do it, you know. But if I were him, this is what I would do, because whether he agree, whether he not agree, the plan against him, as long as he has committed, and they will punish him. That's it. So I was telling them when they suspended Obasa, I say he must bring back Obasa. There some people here were yeah, 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 yeah. I said no, you can't do that. And at the end of the day, shamelessly, they reverse what they did in presence of the whole world. So like this one, I will still say again, Sanwo-Olu will definitely go towards the end of this his tenure. Definitely he will go. And the person that will emerge, that will take over from him, is the person that will contest the governorship elections there. So let us wait and see what will happen.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you start to think, what does it stand to lose, really? What do you stand to lose? Yes, a lot.
No, Deji, don't you feel that Tinubu can say, look, I lost the last election in my state, and this guy was in charge. He couldn't give me my vote, so I have a right to remove you before the next presidential election. Forget the governorship. That one you can guarantee that Lagos the APC might win it. But you see that presidency, I don't think I think this guy that just spoke now is making sense there. That Tinubu might say he will justify himself and say, look, this guy did not give me my vote the last election, presidential election. So I don't want him there. Let me put somebody that I know you know, can bring vote for me. Because
That's an interesting point of view.
I mean,
Like, obviously,
yes.
Sanwo-Olu now has gotten what he wants, his second term, but Baba is still in search of a second term. You know, so why should I trust my political ambition in the hands of someone who failed the first time? You know, and it looks like, mm,
Yes, face the first time when he was coming, but when he's returning, but now he's not
yes,
returning, so he has
here
nothing
you
to lose.
get,
So how can he even work for you
yes,
better now? So
the
you are making
incentives are not there anymore. You know,
yes,
so
God bless.
so it's interesting. That's a interesting perspective.
Very
So
interesting.
let's see how it
Yeah.
plays out. Let's see how it plays out, because as it stands now, I don't think I've seen any Sanwo-Olu supporter. Every single person, one amongst my APC friends that has come here, as all of them have said Sanwo-Olu messed up. So it's looking like the tide is actually against Sanwo-Olu. But we'll see whether he will be able to swim or he will get flushed out. Thank you guys. See you later.